We at IntelBUILD Engineering Services, with aim to be pioneer and valuable in sustainable developments, bringing this presentation which is highly focused on sustainable and recyclable construction process and materials. This establishment has been possible with strong coordination of our parent company Megas Architectural Services. We emphasize more on achieving best result in quality for better society. We are committed to focus on UN goals on sustainable development. Sustainability is deep-rooted in our professional ethics, as a result of which we have ability to generate affordable and eco-friendly structures. To have sustainable impact on the environment, we tend to work on reducing carbon footprint and accelerating green building methodologies. We provide engineering services that helps society to be renewable and biodiverse, hence promoting clean energies at every aspect of the project. Structural steel, the premier green construction material. Its high recycled content and recycling rate exceed those of any other construction material. Over the past 3 decades, the steel industry has reduced greenhouse gas and overall emissions by 36% and increased the water recycling rate of steel production to 95%. Today, the American steel industry is the least carbon-intensive of all major steel-producing countries, and its footprint will continue to decrease as the U.S. power grid becomes more and more fossil-free. As the green building movement grows, more and more building owners, architects, engineers, and contractors are selecting structural steel framing systems to meet sustainable design and construction goals. Structural steel produced in the United States contains 93% recycled steel scrap, on average. At the end of a building's life, 98% of all structural steel is recycled back into new steel products, with no loss of its physical properties. As such, structural steel isn't just recycled but multi-cycled, as it can be recycled over and over and over again. It is truly a cradle-to-cradle material. Cradle-to-cradle life cycle of structural steel. Structural steel mill. Overall carbon emissions have been reduced by 36% since 1990, and steel production has a water recycling rate of 95%, resulting in a net consumption of only 70 gallons per ton. Construction and erection. Steel is fabricated off-site to strict tolerances and can be erected quickly in the field, meaning fewer workers on the job site, safer working conditions, shorter construction schedules, and reduced emissions from construction equipment. Building operation. Long span beams with open, column-free spaces attract potential occupants. In addition, steel framing can more easily be adapted for future changes in loading conditions, vertical expansion, and changes in occupancy when compared to other framing systems. Deconstruction. Beams, columns, and other structural steel elements removed from a building can be refabricated for use in new structures without having to be melted and rolled. The remaining steel elements are captured as scrap and used to create new steel products. Scrap collection. By weight, 81% of all steel products are recovered for recycling at the end of their life. This includes 85% of automobiles, 82% of appliances, 70% of containers, 72% of reinforcing bar, and 98% of structural steel. Scrap processing. Steel is the most recycled material in the world, with domestic mills recycling more than 70 million tons of scrap each year. Currently, structural steel includes 93% recycled content. Ten reasons to use structural steel. Why use structural steel? Here are the top 10 reasons. Cost-effective. Compared to other framing materials, Structural steel brings greater value to a project in terms of initial cost as well as reduces costs in other areas, such as foundations, general conditions, and facade systems. Accelerated schedules. Structural steel is fabricated off-site while preliminary site preparation and foundation work are being performed. It is then brought to the site and rapidly erected, accelerating the overall project schedule. This is a major advantage, as the structural framing system is always on the critical path of the project regardless of material. Increase usable floor space. Structural steel is both light and strong, allowing for long spans and open, column-free spaces. Aesthetically pleasing. Structural steel frames provide designers with a wide range of options for addressing a project's aesthetic requirements. Structural steel can be rolled, curved, and integrated into regular building shapes. At the same time, its small footprint contributes to a sense of transparency for the building. Future adaptability. An existing steel frame can be easily modified to address changing building requirements and uses. Quality and predictability. Structural steel is fabricated off-site under controlled conditions, ensuring a high-quality product and reducing the number of costly fixes at the job site. This also allows for just-in-time delivery, which accelerates the overall project schedule. Ease of design. Structural steel is produced to precise tolerances and consistent strength levels, which, when combined with an established, well-documented design approach, can greatly simplify the design process. Enhanced productivity. Structural steel leads the construction industry with a fully integrated supply chain that uses advanced technologies like computer-aided manufacturing and building information modeling, BIM, at all stages of design and construction. These technologies have been proven to reduce or eliminate errors, improve safety, and lower project costs. Green. Today's modern steel mills produce steel containing an average of 90% recycled material. At the end of a building's life cycle, 100% of the steel frame can be recycled. The current recovery rate for structural steel is 98%. With low environmental impacts on a per square foot of construction basis, steel is the premier choice for environmentally conscious, sustainable projects. There's always a solution in steel. No matter what specific project challenges arise, structural steel framing systems can meet them. It takes a huge amount of time and energy to create an elegant structural system. Why hide all that work when you can show it off? The 3R system: reduce, recycle and reuse. External and internal walls, precast cement concrete wall panels, steel structure combined with precast concrete products. Precast concrete elevation panels can be fixed on steel frames. The precast panels made from cement, fly ash, aluminum oxide, and other filling materials. Cyprex block masonry work. Cyprex is a natural and non-toxic construction material by design, which saves energy and is environmentally friendly. While the basic raw materials are sand, water, aluminum powder, and cement, the sourcing and manufacturing of the product are highly sustainable to ensure eco-friendly production. Glazing, glass facade on steel structure. Architectural glass, when used as a transparent facade material, is capable of putting life into any boxed building. By life, I mean to open to the environment by enabling an indoor-outdoor visual connection. Glazing helps in bringing the daylight into the home throughout the day. This directly lets you cut down on artificial lighting to a considerable extent. Although glass surfaces show even small amounts of dust and dirt, they do not wither, rust or warp over time. Any architectural glass surface can be treated with laminated films to induce color or pattern to an otherwise plain front. A glass facade installation is quicker than building a masonry wall. Glazing, glass facade on steel structure. Architectural glass, when used as a transparent facade material, is capable of putting life into any boxed building. By life, I mean to open to the environment by enabling an indoor-outdoor visual connection. Glazing helps in bringing the daylight into the home throughout the day. This directly lets you cut down on artificial lighting to a considerable extent. Although glass surfaces show even small amounts of dust and dirt, they do not wither, rust or warp over time. Any architectural glass surface can be treated with laminated films to induce color or pattern to an otherwise plain front. A glass facade installation is quicker than building a masonry wall. Green walls. Green structure comprises green roofs and green walls. Extensive green roofs provide greater overall ecological benefits primarily because they do not require irrigation. Like rooftop gardens, foliage-covered walls have been used for centuries to add to the aesthetics of designed open spaces. Precast concrete slab. The slabs are formed at a manufacturer's site and are shipped in whole sections to construction sites. Some are made entirely of concrete but have large hollow air spaces, like concrete blocks. Precast concrete slabs are used for walls and building facades as they hold up well to all sorts of weather, while others can be used for floor and flat roofs. Galvanized decking sheets. Structural decking sheets in form of smart and ALDEC are innovative systems specially developed for Indian construction fraternity. Structural decking is an economic steel formwork deck that provides a stable and safe working platform to allow wet concrete to be poured. Structural decking also acts as a tensile reinforcement, imparting strength to the concrete slab. The steel decking sheets are suitable for all forms of construction like masonry, steel frame, concrete frame and all segments. Pergolas only compatible with steel buildings, which enhance the beauty of your sit-outs. Canopy design. The projected element just above the window. It shades the opening. Stops rain from entering the room. Reduces sky glare while looking out of the room. Landscaping. Landscape architecture can be defined as the art of designing outdoor and indoor environments of varying sizes, including aspects of environment, art, engineering, architecture, and sociology. In the urban context, one can describe landscape architecture as the creation of life between buildings. Landscape architects use small spaces in urban areas to create roof gardens, pocket parks. The urban landscape design usually includes sustainable and cost-effective development of natural spaces with a lot of plants. Helps combat toxicity and other environmental issues. Offers customizable and sustainable development avenues. Paint difficulties with steel. Painting exterior metal objects present particular problems because of the composition of the material and constant exposure to the elements. Metals can deteriorate rapidly because of moisture from rain and snowfall, as well as salt spray, acid rain, smog, and other environmental factors. Outdoor fixtures such as steel poles require a durable finish that can stand up to these destructive elements. How do we avoid such issues with steel? By applying anti-corrosive paints from reputed brands like Asian/Perga. Periodic maintenance. Say no to hide the steel members. Solar panels. Environmental benefits of solar energy are: provides energy without toxic emissions, provides electricity during peak hours, volatility reduces costs, create public-private partnerships, create local industries high-tech, improved energy security, decentralization, reduce dependence on imported energy and reduce congestion on the power grid. Solar water heater system. Solar water heating, or SWH, is the process of converting sunlight into energy that can then be used for domestic water heating. This heated water can be used for washing in the home, radiant floor heating, or to heat swimming pools. Solar water heating systems use large number of different technologies, and these technologies can be used almost anywhere in the world. Each of these systems include two main components: storage tanks and solar collectors. Additionally, there are two main types of solar water heating systems: active systems with circulating pumps and passive systems without pumps. Rainwater harvesting. Rainwater from the roof and surface of the plot can be easily accumulated through a proper drain channel. The rainwater is transported through a filtration and collection chamber for the borewell recharge. What is our product? And why it is preferable? We are in the industry for the last 3 decades. In our practical experience, we have faced certain issues in relation with typical traditional construction materials and methodologies: depletion of natural resources, excessive carbons, accumulation of non-recyclable waste, effects on ecosystem. IntelBUILD has worked hard to overcome such issues and has come up with a practical solution of sustainable construction by utilizing the advanced technologies. We have summarized the below principal points in our product to achieve the sustainability goals: maximum utilization of inexhaustible natural resources, usage of materials that can be recycled, a clean and healthy environment, the pleasant appearance of construction, less time period, energy optimization, scope for the future generation.